shop project. We're going to be making this Christmas ornament. It's a beautiful ornament. It takes very little time to make. Just a couple quick setups on the router table, a couple glue ups. It's very easy, takes a little wood too, so it makes a great last minute gift for anybody on your list. Before we get started though, I'd like everybody to remember to read the safety instructions that come with all your power tools so you can properly use it without getting injured. Also, don't forget safety glasses. Wear them at all times. Don't forget them. This is very important. Okay, and with that, we'll get started. The project we're going to make today requires 3/4 inch strips. I'm going to cut down a board which is 8 foot to 3 foot so I can cut the strips out of that, and then okay, now that our board has been cut to length, we're going to cut our 3/4 inch strips. Now all I'm going to do is clean up the saw cuts with a orbital sander. Okay, now that our pieces are cut and sanded, we're going to round over just one corner with a 1/4 inch round over bit on a router table. Now we're going to switch over to a 60-degree V cutting bit. Okay, I'm going to set the depth of this bit to 1/8 of an inch. Okay, now we're going to glue up our pieces. We're going to use a small brush to make sure that we don't get any glue down in this small little crevice. We just want to make sure that we do line these up. And I'm going to only glue 2 at a time together. So I'm going to glue these 2, wait until it dries, and then glue all 4 together. I want to make sure I can get a nice sand on this to get a decent edge. So right now I'm just using a regular yellow wood glue. This is just regular Type Bond. You don't need Type Bond 2, you don't need Type Bond 3. This works just fine because this project will not have any stress under it. Beat that up right. So our pieces have had time to set up, so we're going to do some light sanding, and then we're going to glue all 4 pieces together. So. Pieces set overnight, and we have a nice glue up now. So all we have to do is take this, lightly sand it, and then take it over to the router table to cut it again, one more profile. The route, you should be left with a piece that looks something like this, and now we're just going to sand this by hand to try to round these edges a little bit, and then we'll be able to cut the ornaments off of this block. Now that we have all of these pieces cut, all we have left to do, bring it over to the drill press, drill in a couple of holes, sand it, clean it up, and then it's ready for finishing. Okay, now we're over on the drill press and we're ready to drill the holes in the centers. I made this jig with the intention of putting this in the corner and drilling out each equal 4 for the holes. However, I noticed that it's not completely square because apparently it didn't line up accurately when I glued. So I'm going to use this back as a gauge, but just eyeball where the holes are going to go. Now that we have all of our holes drilled, we're just going to take a standard utility knife to clean up all the cut marks, and then we'll lightly sand the piece on both sides and on the corners, and then we'll be ready for stain and finish. Now, since these pieces are so small, I'm just going to dip, turn, dip, and then squeeze off any excess. And then just let that dry.